We're going to evaluate the integral of x squared minus 1 divided by x to the fourth plus x squared plus 1. If we look carefully, all the techniques that we have learned so far, u substitution, integration by parts, trig substitution, trig integrals, or method of partial fractions, which this integral looks a lot like that, will not work. The denominator here is not going to factor easily into irreducible quadratic terms and linear terms. So we have to come up with a trick that will help us to get started in evaluating this integral. And the trick is to divide everything in the numerator and in the denominator by x squared. So let's go ahead and do that. As long as we divide everything in the numerator by x squared, everything in the denominator by x squared, the integral will stay the same. X squared over x squared is 1 minus 1 over x squared, which we'll write exactly like that. In the denominator, we have x to the fourth over x squared. That's x squared. X squared over x squared is 1 plus 1 divided by x squared. And so let's try to evaluate this integral. How do we do that? Well, notice that when I take x plus 1 over x and square it, that is multiplying x plus 1 over x by itself, x plus 1 over x. So let's go ahead and expand this. X times x is x squared. X times 1 over x is 1. 1 over x times x is also 1. 1 over x times 1 over x, 1 over x squared. So this is equal to x squared plus 2 plus 1 divided by x squared. Now, if we look at the denominator here, we have x squared plus 1 over x squared. It's almost x squared plus 2 plus 1 over x squared. So we can do something about that. We can rewrite it as 1 minus 1 over x squared divided by, we just need an extra 1. So let's do that. X squared plus 1 over x squared. I can just add 1. That would change the problem. So if I add 1 and subtract 1, I didn't change the problem, but then it will allow us to proceed. So this is equal to 1 minus 1 over x squared in the numerator divided by x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 1 is x squared plus 2 plus 1 over x squared minus 1. So now we can take these three terms and write it as x plus 1 over x squared. So let's go ahead and do that. This is equal to, in the numerator, we didn't do anything, so it's 1 minus 1 over x squared. In the denominator, we have x plus 1 over x quantity squared minus 1 dx. And now let's make the following u substitution. Let u equal to x plus 1 over x. Notice that when I take the derivative of u, I end up with 1 minus 1 over x squared dx, which is exactly what we have in the numerator. So the problem has now been reduced. The new integral that we're looking at is 1 minus 1 over x squared dx is our now du, divided by x plus 1 over x is u, and because it's squared, we have u squared minus 1. And this is a problem that we can handle using partial fraction, because this is the integral of 1 divided by u squared minus 1 is u minus 1 times u plus 1 du. And so now let's use partial fractions to break this up into two manageable integrals. So I'm going to take 1 over u minus 1 times u plus 1 and write it as a divided by u minus 1 plus b divided by u plus 1, multiplying both sides by the denominator on the left. We have 1 equals a u minus 1 times u plus 1 times a over u minus 1 is a times u plus 1 plus b times u minus 1. Now let's plug in 1 for u. When we do that, we have 1 equals to 2a. So a equals to a half. And then take u equal to minus 1. And that gives us 1 equals minus 2b. Therefore, b equals minus 1 half. And so the integral that we have left, the integral was 1 divided by u squared minus 1 du, which we write as 1 divided by u minus 1 times u plus 1 du, is now equal to a, which is 1 half, times the integral of 1 over u minus 1 du, plus b, since b is negative, that's minus 1 half, integral of 1 over u plus 1 du. And these are easy integrals. This is 1 half natural log of absolute value of u minus 1 minus 1 half natural log of absolute value of u plus 1, which we can write as 1 half ln absolute value u minus 1 divided by u plus 1. And let's recall what u was. U was equal to x plus 1 over x. So we're going to substitute. This is equal to 1 half times the natural log of absolute value of x plus 1 over x minus 1 divided by x plus 1 over x plus 1 plus c. And we can simplify this by multiplying everything inside the log by x over x. So this is equal to 1 half natural log of absolute value x squared plus 1 minus x divided by x squared plus 1 plus x plus c. That's the final answer. For more videos, visit www.mathprepvideos.com.